What's up everyone? Tensions are starting to rise in the Big Brother Canada 10 house, with many of the female house guests fighting over Gino. Let's just say it like that. We've got so much to talk about, so welcome to your live feed update. Now right before we get started, if you haven't already, I would appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button, and also hitting the like button helps me more than you even know. This season of Big Brother Canada, I've especially been saying please hit the like button, so hit the like button please folks, and also hit the bell icon to get notified every single time a brand new upload goes live on the channel. Okay, let's jump right into it, and a very interesting conversation that I was personally looking very forward to after the veto ceremony was when Marty and Betty were going to come together and hash it out and discuss why Marty put her up on the block and why Betty was totally blindsided and how she was feeling. I've got to say, I really did enjoy it. There was a lot of backwards and forwards and going in circles, but we'll talk through it. So Betty came in and she's very straightforward, and I respect that. I always respect that in a person. There's nothing worse than somebody who's flip-flop, and this is both in life and in the Big Brother house. There's nothing worse than somebody who's flip-floppy and can't be honest to someone and just BS's their way through life. Or the game of Big Brother. It's a no-go. So first things first, I respect Betty. However, she kept repeating the same over and over again, but kind of Marty was as well. Betty was saying all the Big Brother cliches in one. She was, you know, at the end of the day, that's a classic. It's just a game, I get it. Another classic. It's Big Brother, I get it. Another classic. There was so many. She just kept going on and on and on. You know, no hard feelings. It's a game. When there clearly is hard feelings, you know, it's one of those things. She's going to put up Marty and Kyle if she becomes head of household. So there's that. But then Marty was going, look, I know we've got the numbers on our side. We're going to take you out this week. You're going to be absolutely safe, Betty. But Betty was going, I get it. It's a game. And then she'd like say, like, but why did you have to do it to me? And I'm like, pick a side, you know, like, is there no hard feelings, or are you pissed off? Like, you know, it doesn't make sense when you're saying both of them. So that annoyed me a little bit that Betty was going on like that, but I understand it. She must have been frustrated after being basically told all week long, put your feet up, you're fine, you're not going on the block. And then she ended up on the block. Jacey Lynne and Betty were having a conversation at one point, and Jacey was basically saying to Betty, you need to be more fake. And I get what she's saying, because Betty, with her doing that whole kind of like, it's a game, but... and then she has a problem. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. And I see Betty's getting a lot of support on Twitter, and rightfully so, because she is a straightforward person. But Jacey's right. In the game of Big Brother, she's only going to do further damage to her game if she continues going on the way she is, basically calling people out left, right, and centre. And I know it's difficult, because it's that fine balance of we want entertainment and we also want somebody to play the game well. I feel like Betty's giving us the entertainment and not necessarily playing the game well at the moment. Obviously, it's going to basically be a reset when somebody new wins head of household, because there's no solid block alliances yet. So really, it's all to play for. I feel like we're going into a fresh week of Big Brother, like just week one basically, after this week's eviction, which I am incredibly excited for. I've got to say, I'm really into this season of Big Brother, and I'll talk about this for a second. If y'all, you know, you come to watch me for US Big Brother and you just watching my videos to support me, thank you. But I've got to say, if you don't watch Big Brother Canada and you're watching these updates, get involved. Watch Big Brother Canada. I'm telling you, this is really good. I would say, usually I would say as Big Brother goes on, you lose a tiny little bit of interest every single day. I'm getting more and more excited every single day with this one. I am loving it, and I just implore everybody who's not watching it to go watch it, because it's amazing. And there's only like 3 episodes to catch up on so far, and then you can get involved with the feeds. Episode 4's on tonight, can't wait. But anyway, yeah, Jacey makes a great point there, and I agree. Betty does need to be a bit more kind of snaky, I guess, because if you want to make it far into the game of Big Brother, that's often how it has to work. Now, the famous Big Brother Canada fashion show took place yesterday, and basically all the house guests get I can't even get my words out, get dressed up in all sorts of loud, colourful, flamboyant kind of exciting outfits, and they strut down the catwalk. So like they did Group A and Group B. Group A, you know, they went first in all the colours, and everybody else dresses up in black, like, you know, that they're in like Milan or somewhere, Paris or somewhere, and they're all clapping and drinking champagne as they are drinking something as they come down the down the catwalk. And it was just really funny. Some obviously got stuck into it more than others, and some costumes were hilarious. Like watching Marty had this big kind of, I don't know what you call it, I'm not really a fashion guy myself, but It was like, I can't even describe it. It was like a big fluffy kind of coat and it had multicolours all over it. And then he had like the paint down his eyes and stuff like that. It was funny when he was getting ready because he really entertained me. He waltzed into the bathroom where, you know, they were doing all the hair and makeup. And he goes, so who's doing my hair? Him being totally bald as well at that point. And he was talking to the camera saying, oh, right now my wife's watching the live feeds thinking, damn, Marty, why don't you bring this to the bedroom? And like, he was just so funny. Marty is becoming one of my firm favourites. There was I was rooting for Marty since day one because I always root for the older house guest, all for Big Brother standards. But yeah, he just brings funniness, and I just think he's brilliant. He's so good, and I know Big Brother Twitter aren't necessarily rooting for him very much, and it sucks because Big Brother Twitter is an incredible place to be, but at the same time it's a weird place to be because people seem to shun the older person all the time, and it's not nice. And I always root for the older person. They've. I don't want to be nasty to the younger house guests. Heck, I'm younger than all the younger house guests in there, but there's a lot of younger people out there, including in my generation, that have no substance whatsoever. I know I hope it's okay for me to say that, but older people tend to have a bit more substance to them, which is why I gravitate towards those people when I'm watching Big Brother, because they've got life stories and they can bring a bit of fun. Don't get me wrong, there's some fantastic younger house guests in there, and we've had some amazing younger house guests across the year. Look at Dr. Will, look at Janelle, look at all of these, Tyler, look at all these different people. But yeah, I always like, because I feel like the older person always brings that unique something to the game that I just love. Now, with it being International Women's Day yesterday, the house guests sat down at dinner time and the team that cooked up, I think it was Helena and Jess, I'm going to say. Yeah, Helena and Jess, they'd both cooked up butter chicken. And Marty said it was the first time he tried Indian food, so he was really stoked about that. But with it being International Women's Day, they all went round the table one by one and talked about the most important women in their life. And it was just a super heartwarming moment. Like, they were talking about their sisters, their mums, and or moms, as you guys say, or their aunties, or whoever, basically, or whether it be their girlfriend or their wife or whoever. And it was just a really heartwarming moment. And I would say over 50% of the house guests got emotional, you know, when they were talking about it. And I'll admit, I was sat there watching it and I was thinking, oh my God, this is so nice. And, you know, I started thinking about the important women in my life as well, and honestly, it was so heartwarming and wholesome. I just loved it. Anyway, everybody seemed to enjoy the food as well. I will say this as well: the Big Brother Canada group, I love how they get stuck into the food every single, or this season anyway, they get properly stuck into the food, making cool things every single day, and it's kind of inspiring me to want to cook a bit more as well. It sounds crazy, but they did ramen the other night, so I made ramen, and I did put that on my I put it on my Instagram story, on my Twitter. I'll plug them right up there if you want to follow me. And them doing the butter chicken last night, I have been inspired, and I'm going to try that tonight. And I don't know, it's awesome. I really am stuck into this season. I'm glued to it, and I'm just loving it so much. Okay, now for the main attraction of this little episode of TV Talks with Tom, and you know, the past 24 hours in the Big Brother house. Since day one, we have seen, even on the episodes as well, a lot of the women are attracted to Gino. Steph's into Gino, Jacey Lynne's into Gino. Summer, there might be a little something going on there. Anyway, Summer's kind of staying out of it a lot, but Steph was the one who's definitely been trying to get into Gino the most, and Gino's not interested. He's just not interested. And it seems now Jacey Lynne is starting to get closer to Gino, very close. And Helena was in the bathroom with Jacey Lynne, and she said, you know, has Steph said anything about, I think she's great. She's trying to get information, you know, from all these different corners of the house, and she's working it to her advantage. She's great. Honestly, I really like Helena. But anyway, she's asking Jacey Lynne, has Steph said anything about you and Gino? And Jacey Lynne went on to say, yeah, she's been a total... But I like to keep a PG on this channel, but I'll throw it out there. She said, yeah, she's been a bitch about it. And then Helena was like, what to you? And she was like, yeah, it's so obvious and everything like that. So while Jacey Lynne and Steph seem like that on the feeds, I don't know. They are just... Do you know what it kind of reminds me of? Do you know when you're in high school and or secondary school, as we call it over here, and the popular kids all kind of like, they have this face that they're all incredibly tight and close like that, but they all secretly hate each other. And I don't know if that stems from them hating themselves. I don't know. I'm really not sure. It does come across as that though. There's a lot of fakeness, isn't there, when you know you pretend to be best mates with someone or best friends with someone in the house, and then all of a sudden you're calling them a bitch behind the back. I don't know. There's a lot to be said about that. You could go on all day about it, but there you go, folks. Tensions are starting to brew, and I feel like it's only going to get worse from here on out. That is all of your live feed updates for today, folks. I thoroughly hope you all enjoyed watching. Please let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you like Steph? Do you like Jacey Lynne? Do you like Gino? Did you enjoy the fashion show? Did you see the fashion show? There's so much to talk about. Who you hoping gets evicted this week? We've got Jay in one corner, and we've got Betty in the other corner. Let me know, folks, who you would like to see evicted and why. There's just so much to talk about. So let me know in the comment section below. But I'll say as I always do, make sure that you stay safe, stay positive, and stay healthy out there. And remember to be kind to one another. But folks, in the meantime, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, do all of that good stuff. But until your next live feed update, I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.